Hey guys, today is the end of NAB for me. There is one more day, but I decided to come home a day early, and most of the people that are there right now that are vendors have said to me that, yeah, the fourth day, there's really nobody there. They call it vendor day because that's all that's left. But today, what I did was I spent a lot of time sitting in, listening, and getting kind of taught how to do some things. And one of the things that I got taught was how to do multi-camera editing in Premiere, and also setting proxy settings and editing high resolution clips using a proxy setting, so that way you're not editing from the raw resolution. You can actually set the proxy so that way you're editing with a lower resolution, so it's less taxing on the computer, and then when you export the project, it keeps that high quality resolution that you originally shot in. So today was kind of a low-key day for me, and I needed it too. Trust me, I needed it. But I did want to include in this video some of the things that I thought were kind of cool that I had seen. And there's all kinds of crazy stuff. Like there's this crazy camera rig on a car, so that way you can be driving down the street and have, you know, fast-paced camera movements with a, you know, like car chases and stuff like that. And I found this really weird water-cooled computer with two different colors of liquid. I didn't even know what it was for. There was no labels on it. Some stuff wasn't even plugged in, but I just thought it was weird and random, so I took a video of it really quick. All of the vendors there also had things that could help the average person shooting videos. For example, I stopped by DJI's booth, and they have a DJI Osmo mobile gimbal for your cell phone, and it has Bluetooth, so that way you can connect your phone to it. When I went to the booth, the vendor wasn't able to get it to connect, but basically it can sync with your phone and track a person or an object that you've selected, and it will track that object or that person, and will move the gimbal without you having to do anything. So that's a really cool feature called active tracking, and it's got the usual controls. You can tilt up and pan with the remote, but for me, what I think one of the greatest features of it is the price. It's $299, $300, and I know that sounds like a lot, but a gimbal that can use your phone and connect to it and track for you while you're moving, so you can do these tracking shots by just hanging onto it and, you know, running or walking, and the gimbal's doing the work because it's connected to your phone for $300. That's amazing. Something else that I thought was cool, I went to Lieback, and Lieback had a monopod that the way you use the monopod is you have a really nice heavy tripod head on it and a handle, and you click on the bottom of it and you can tilt forward, basically dollying the camera forward without having to move. So if you wanted to zoom in essentially on something without actually zooming, you can do that, and that was really cool. And it's got a little level bubble on it, so that way if you're trying to stay level, you've got that. And they had a deal that if you bought that particular rig, you got one of their remote control tripod handlebar adapters, so you can plug it into your camera and control the zoom using their servo thing, which I thought was really neat. And that was only $270. That's a lot for what you get. You get a really stable carbon fiber monopod with a solid tripod head, plus a $100 remote control. That thing, they told me, that little remote control that attaches to the handle of the tripod, they said was a $100 value that they only threw on for an extra $10. So I kind of bought it. I actually bought it. I haven't set it on camera yet, but I'm going to buy a Panasonic GH5. I've already bought 2 lenses. I bought the monopod while I was at NAB, so all I need is the camera now. I'm just waiting to see if something pops up. But I bought that monopod with that thing and a lens that can servo, so I'm really excited about it. But moving on. So those are just a couple of the smaller things and some of the weirder things. There were a couple other things that I thought were pretty interesting. I went back to Sony's booth. They had what they called the television or living room of 2020, which was an 8K display, which is basically a bunch of TVs on top of each other, basically saying this is what your living room may look like in 2020. But the best part of it was how thin those panels were. I mean, we're talking millimeters, just a couple millimeters, maybe 2 or 3 millimeters thick, probably 2. That's insane. That's insane that the technology is here, but it's going to take some time to get there. And they, of course, Sony is going to say that it's going to be coming in a couple of years. I'm still waiting for my hoverboard, an actual hoverboard and flying cars. I did take a picture of this crazy 360 camera that Sony and Radiant Imaging is working on, and basically the concept is to create cinematic 360-degree video. So rather than having, it's still, even though 4K 360 video is out there, this is like cinematic 360. We're talking 12K spherical resolution. So this is crazy high quality. They didn't have prices. They didn't have a release date or anything. I think this is more of a concept. And then the research that I've done, I haven't found anything on it, but Sony is doing crazy stuff. I mean, that's really it. That's all I really have to show you guys today. Like I said, today was pretty low key for me. I'm so happy that I got to come. The FLCC actually helped pay for my tickets and the hotel and the flight to get here. So the only thing that I really had to pay for so far have been meals and transportation. So I'm very, very thankful to the folks that I work with and for letting me take the time off to come here, and I get to do these things with you guys, and I'm really, really happy that I get to do this for a living. This is insane. And I did stop at one other restaurant that we don't have at home. It's okay. I'm not stoned. And this morning, those burgers didn't really agree with me, so I don't recommend White Castle. Thank you guys so much for following me on this. I've had such a good time. I learned so much. I got to play with so many cool things. I can't wait to hopefully be able to purchase some of these things to use at the college. So I will see you guys actually in a couple of days. Bye.